Welcome back to the podcast, guys. This is Vinod here today, and today I want to talk about something interesting. A lot of you have been wondering, which is what do I do if my runway or my timeline isn't so much? Meaning that what do I do if I don't have as much time as Anand sir has always been saying, which is let's say you don't start early. Everyone says if you start early, it's good and it's easy, and your compounding effects are much bigger if you start early. But unfortunately, you're like me and you didn't know about this when you were 20, and now you're in your mid 40s or earlier or later. What is it that you do? But before I get into that, I will have an interesting thing which I'd like to share with you guys. All of you subscribe to this channel, and all of us in this community put effort to teach you guys how to invest and how to become financially liberated from the situations of life. But the sad thing is, today I found out from my office guys, they have opened over 900 accounts, and there's not been a single trade in those accounts, which is rather sad. For the simple reason, it's like the 1st of January. When you go to any gym in the 1st of Jan, you'll see a flood of people coming and signing up. And that's the time these gyms will offer these incredibly crazy deals. They'll be like, you pay for 1 month and we'll give you 3 months off. You pay for 1 year, we'll give another year off. Because the gym guys owners know that 90% of the audience that will come and sign up in the gym won't come to work out. So he doesn't have to worry about it. He can sign up double his capacity because he knows for a fact 90% of his audience won't even bother with turning up, and it's just free cash on the table lying around because people just sign up out of guilt. And this is what this 900 accounts are like. You guys heard this podcast of Anand's, or you saw a video of Anand's, and you've been following him for some time, and you've opened an account to invest in yourself, and you just don't do it. And I can't understand why. And all of you wonder, why am I not becoming wealthy? Why am I not making myself rich? The simple reason is it's consistency. And these 900 accounts haven't even started. They did the hard part. The hardest part of opening an account is filling those forms in, submitting those IDs, doing all the paperwork and legwork and doing it. And they did the hardest part. Now the easy part is opening that account and putting money in and buying those shares. And it's really heartbreaking to see so many people who have done all the hard work and who are not willing to invest in themselves. We make nothing out of this. It's just that we want to see you guys succeed. And that is the whole effort and impetus of this channel, is that we want you guys. We come travel all over the world, and we meet you guys, and we shake hands with you guys, and we talk to each one and every one of you. And all the selfies we take is to encourage you guys to do this. Anand is over 50, I'm over 40, and trust me, the reason only we're doing this is to help you guys. Anyway, that being said, I will try and keep this lecturing shorter, because I'm planning to do this in every video or podcast, whichever I'm available on, to go on talking about those 900 accounts. Still, I see those 900 accounts becoming active. Just to show a simple highlight to talk about today's channel, I pulled up a calculator. Let's say I'm an auto driver. Okay, I'm not someone fancy. I don't have an IT job. I'm not a globe trotter. I'm just an auto guy in Chennai, and my age is 24. Right? And I invest. Let's say I put 500 rupees monthly and I increase it by 10% year on year, which is close to inflation. And I'm getting, let's say, an average Nifty return of 11%, not even 13, 11%. And I plug it away for 30 years till my retirement. When I stopped driving autos at the age of 55, let's say 55, 54, I would have made around 40 lakhs. Okay, that is at 11%. And the usual average is at 13%. If I calculate for 13%, that's over 52 lakhs. That's just 500 rupees a month as an auto driver. Imagine any auto driver in Chennai, especially when I was studying way back in school and college. The guy was, my auto stand, he's still there, the same auto driver. The guy is over 60 years old. And if someone had told that auto driver, every month just put 500 rupees, sir, this day and age, today if he had, imagine, 52 lakhs in his hand. I know there will be a lot of smart guys who will say inflation, this, that. All that set aside, money is money. Yes, 50 lakhs 30 years ago would have done a lot more for him than it would do today, but still 50 lakhs today, I'm sure he will take it. He won't shrug it off. So that is the thing of investing. And there's also ways to invest. That's called SIP planners, which you can use. They're all free and freely available online, and you can open them. So you can say, let's say, 5 years from now, you plan to get married, you know, or 5 years from now, you plan to take your family on a holiday. So let's say you need to keep, you're traveling abroad and you need 5 lakhs 5 years from now, and you plug it in, say 11% or 12% return. 5 years from now, how much do you need to invest every month? You just need to put 6,000 rupees every month for 5 years, and 5 years from now, you have your 5 lakhs set aside for you to go and do it. This is how you use these investment opportunities and sipping opportunities to set yourself a goal. And it's doable. But it's very sad to see people failing for the simple reason of just lack of being consistent. This only works if you're consistent. And Anand is a great inspiration for this because he's always consistent, putting those videos out. Rain or shine, even if he's traveling abroad, middle of the night, he'll sit and he'll record and he'll make sure, record it ahead of time, record it on that day, but he makes sure it's up there. But that we can only come here and do this for you if you follow us along and do your part. I wish I could come there, through this voice or this video and sit there next to you and make you log on and invest in yourself. But if you don't do it, it's not going to happen. You have to start participating in your life. Like I say, we all pay driver's salaries, we pay maid salaries. This investment is salary to yourself. It is you investing in yourself. So do this. And of course, like I said, if you had 30 years time frame, what you can invest 500 rupees or whatever, 5,000 rupees, sip it and forget about it and not think about investing, in a single share. What do you do if you're 45 years old? If you're 45 years old, let's say you want to retire at the age of 60, 65, that only gives you a window period of 20 years, right? 20 years, let's say, and you want to retire with 2 crores in your account. 2 crores in your account, 20 years from now, when you're 65, 12%, right? You have to invest 20,000 rupees a month. Wait, am I right? 20,000 rupees a month you'll be investing. If you invest 20,000 rupees a month, you'll reach that. You'll reach your goal of 2 crores. So now let's pick that number up. Let's say 20 years from now, you want to retire with 10 crores. You will have to invest 1 lakh a month. And for most of us today, investing 1 lakh a month will be difficult because our salary might be like 1.5 lakhs. If you're at the age of 45, I'm assuming your salary will be around 1.5 lakh to 1.75 lakh, and that too with kids, colleges, and everything put together, you're not able to put aside 1 lakh. So what do you do? Well, what you do is, if you're the age gap between 30 to 40, out of every month which you're sipping, whatever your sip amount is, you keep 10% aside in a savings account and you sit on it. If you're at the age of 40 to 50, instead of 10%, you put 20% in a savings account, and money which you invest, you take 20% out of that. What I mean is, you're investing X amount of money every month. Out of that percentage, 20% you take out of that X amount and you keep it in a savings account. And you're allowed to sit. Every month you take that, you reduce your investment by 20% and you keep it aside. Why do you do that? Because in a market of around usually 10 years average, in a market span, if you see, there are opportunities, 3 to 4 opportunities where the market corrects by 10 to 15%. When those market corrections happen, this is when you move in. So let's talk for an example. Okay, so let's say every month I'm investing 25,000 rupees, and out of that I take 10% out because I'm between 30 to 35 and I keep the 10% aside. Right? So out of 2,500 rupees monthly, it sits in my savings account, right? And I increase that also by 10% every year because I'll be increasing my investment every year. So savings account, let's say an average of 5% for 3 years, you would have set aside around 1 lakh. That's the 2,500 rupees every 3 years. So that 1 lakh, you can set it and deploy it into a specific market crash which happens. For example, let's say we look at Indian hotels. For example, let's talk about Indian hotels. In 2007, October, November, Indian hotels share price was trading at around 120, 130 rupees. Then, of course, the famous Bombay terrorist attack happened and the Indian hotel share price crashed. It tanked to around 34 rupees. Today it's trading at 380 rupees. So let's say you're taking your 1 lakh and you're invested that right at the time because you know Indian hotels to be a safe company and you had bought 30 rupees a share. You would have bought over 3,300 shares. That 3,300 shares today will be valued at over 12.5 lakhs. That 1 lakh would have become 12.5 lakhs. Yeah, so every 3 years you'll have an opportunity like this where you'll be able to see an opportunity and invest. And if you keep on consistently dropping this investment in, it'll take you to your goal of reaching 20 crores or 10 crores or whatever crores you want. This is the same is true if let's say you're, setting aside if you're a person who's in their age of 40 to 50. That's why we say you increase it to 20% because a person in their 30s has a longer runway, man. It'll have 30 years before they retire. But if you're between your 40s and you only have another 20 years to retire, then you need to increase this war chest by 20%. So playing the market like this and taking a position like this where you take a percentage of your monthly sipping investment and you take it and you keep it aside in a savings account and wait for this opportunity to come, you'll be able to deploy it. And the reason why I say you take it out of your sipping account, what you invest every month, and keep it aside in another savings account is to prevent yourself from saying, oh, I'm not going to have this money. Or, I'm already invested so much and I won't be able to. That's why I'm saying to prevent this kind of an argument, I'm saying take it out of your amount which you're investing every month, you're sipping every month. And you set it aside so you can deploy these funds like this. So this is the strategy which I'm advising everyone to use who's not at the age of 20 to 30, who have a much longer. If you have a runway over 20 years, 30 years, then you don't have to worry about doing this kind of strategy because you're going to definitely see the benefits of just sipping for 40 years. Even if you're sipping a very small amount, there's no way a guy who's using my strategy, what I told you, will be able to beat you or even catch up with you. Because your timeline is so long that your compounding will be so huge that we can't do anything about it. But people who are much older, who are just getting into the game now, who have heard Anand's videos now, who want to jump in, but they feel they don't have a long enough runway to take advantage of sipping, this is a strategy which we suggest. Anyway, I hope you found this video informative and entertaining on a Sunday morning. And if you do like this kind of content, please do subscribe and like to our channel. And do drop in some comments down below so we can talk about topics of interest to you guys. I'll be back again tomorrow with probably another book review or something about a share or a company, depending on the kind of comments I get down below. And we'll keep this going. Thank you for being with me today. See you tomorrow. Bye.